I started here December 2nd. I'm very happy to be here. I had the pleasure of meeting many of you at the Christmas party or at different meetings. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, prior to coming here, I was promoted to captain in October. I was working as the night captain and making different critical scenes that were happening in the evening hours, like shootings and different things like that. I worked at the 6th Precinct. I worked at the Department's Grants and Contracts Office. I also worked at the Central District, and I started at the 9th Precinct on the east side. So that's a little bit about me personally, where I've been on the department. The officers that are in community relations, I think most of you know them already, but we have Officer Alfonso Ruiz over here. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! And we have Officer Thomas Denmark here to the right. Woo-hoo! Next month there'll be a third officer. Before they had different titles. They were called Community Relations Officer. He was a mini station officer. He was at the Patton Recreation Center, and he's still going to be popping in there as well. But now they're going to, with the Chiefs movement, they're going to be called Neighborhood Policing Officers. The 4th Precinct is going to be divided into 3 different sections, with like the north section, middle section, south. And at the next meeting, I hope I'll have maps for everyone. I'm going to tell you where the boundaries are. But and once we roll that out, you're going to know exactly who your community relations or your neighborhood policing officer is, and that's going to be your real contact as far as letting them know what's happening around your house, and then we're going to see what we can do to make sure we address any concerns you have, okay? But they're going to be there, so that's just letting you know on that. We did have one officer, Michael Chitorian. I think Officer Mike, a lot of you knew him. He transferred over to the 2nd Precinct. I know he's going to do a wonderful job over there. We're sorry to see him go, but he just decided to transfer over there. So that was effective about a week ago. Let's see, so I touched on that. Just to let you know some of the different things, they asked me to speak a little bit to crime. We're doing very good this year. I don't know if it's because we had negative 25 below weather for a couple of days, but just to let you know, we see a year to date compared to last year. We see a 38% reduction in robberies, a 25% reduction in carjacking, a 19% reduction in aggravated assaults. Burglaries are down 65%. This time last year there were 37 burglaries within the 4th Precinct, and there's only 13. So you see quite a difference there. There's also a big reduction in a 12% reduction in larcenies and a 4% reduction in stolen vehicles. So we are pretty much down in all categories as far as crime within the precinct. So that's a positive, and we're hoping to keep driving those numbers down. Some other little things that's been happening. Last Friday, State Representative Tlaib and the U.S. Attorneys, Barbara McCrae, there was others. We had a meeting, an LPAC meeting that was sponsored through the Michigan Roundtable for Culture and Diversity. We discussed law enforcement and immigration issues and that, and we had a very good turnout, and I think there was a lot of positive communication that was relayed in that meeting. Officer Ruiz, you want to speak to that event coming up as well?
We have an event scheduled. It was just brought up to me. I sent out an email. I was trying to do, I'm not going to lie, I was trying to do too many things at once, so I put the wrong date on the subject line. I will resend that email. The flyer that I sent out as an attachment with the email stays the same. It is 4th Precinct. It's going to be here in a community room. It's Community Wellness Project. It's being put together with the community liaisons, Chief's Community Liaisons Office, and Chief's Neighborhood Liaison Office. I'm sorry. It's going to be on January 29th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Some of the services available are going to be podiatrists, hearing and vision, chiropractic, stress management, free massages, affordable health care. We're going to have representatives here that are going to explain to you, like Rashida Tlaib's office did, some of the ways that you can join this affordable health care that President Obama has, and We're going to have emergency financial assistance. They have flu and pneumonia shots, a 3D body analyzer, some pain management. They're going to offer a 26 profile blood panel. It's an $800 test, and they're going to offer it to us for $50. I think it's a pretty good thing to take advantage of. I met with the chief's liaison office on the 26th, and we went over some of the where we're going to have this event. And there was also a doctor there, and they were telling us how important it is, how valuable it is. So I suggest, if you guys can come, tell everybody this is a community event, again, for everybody. So as many people as you can bring, bring them down. They explained to me. We had a discussion. They explained how some people that came to this event, and they had one at headquarters. I believe it was last month, and people that are showing up, they had no idea that they had high blood pressure, and then they end up finding out they have high blood pressure. And there was a couple of other examples of people that found out they were ill and had no idea that they were. So please put the word out. I will resend that email and take that July 13th. I don't know what I was thinking. I put July 13th on the subject line, but again, not on the actual email. So please let everybody know about it, and check your emails. Thank you.
What time will it be?
It's going to be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Here at the station. It's actually going to be, we're going to have it right here. We have some, yes. I do. I'll give you one. I don't have too many of them, but yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Darwin Roche is here. He's over the Community Services Department downtown. So he kind of oversees all. I was talking a little earlier about the neighborhood policing officers. all that funnels up kind of through his office, and he can speak more to the neighborhood policing officer and what that mission is from the chief in regards to that.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mike. The Neighborhood Police Officer Program is a genesis that's good evening, everyone. The Neighborhood Police Officer Program is basically splitting the precinct up into sectors or areas, if you will, and each of the areas will be assigned an NPO, or a neighborhood police officer. He or she will be responsible to holistically take care of all the needs in that community. So let's just say, for an example, if someone had a problem, and most of us do in every community, have a problem with drag racing or someone racing down the street or loud music and stuff like that, and it gets frustrating, or going to a gas station loitering or something like that, or even having a water main break and not being able to get in touch with somebody at the Detroit Water and Sewage. Briefly, what the neighborhood police officers do is they're going to be a mini police chief, and they're going to definitely help us as captains get the message and get the job done. They're going to be assigned a specific area that's been drafted by by community block groups, by neighborhood watches, and so crime calls for services and stuff like that. So they'll have a geographical area that they're assigned to. He or she will have a telephone, as I got, and an iPad, and also a car. And what they'll be able to do is, so you'll have a direct connect to them. So instead of calling 911, you'll call your NPO. I mean, for obviously crimes that are not, if it's an emergency or a violent crime, you wouldn't call us. But if it's something you see going on in your community, you say, well, they're so busy, we won't be able to do something about it. This is basically doing something about it. So you'll be provided the information. Captain Chambers will identify his NPOs, and then he or she will be assigned a geographical area, and then we're going to roll it out. It's going to be a major press conference. It's going to come out the chief's office, identifying who your neighborhood police officers are, what their duties and responsibilities are, and how they can holistically address the needs and concerns of your community. So you will get the same level of service as you would in Palmer Park to 6 Mile and Pelkey. So there is no difference. It's no demographics, no based on what your zip code is, or how many people you know downtown. It's basically going to be NPO assigned to every geographical area in the city of Detroit. Any questions in regards to that? Yes, ma'am.
Well, we're only going to get 3, right?
Without having the information in front of me, my last that I looked at it would be 3, but I'm not absolutely sure.
If there's a way to get 4. And I explained it to Deputy Chief Yost and so forth, and everyone here can agree with me that, South Schaefer, for instance, where Marathon is, they need a neighborhood prison just alone there because it's so hard to get there with all the detours and the bridges all messed up.
Right.
And then even cutting off for the rail yard, that's a different neighborhood. And I just, even though I don't know what you guys are looking at with stats population-wise, I do think the 2 additional neighborhood police officers is extremely important. On top of, I think Denmark and Ruiz are doing a fine job, but this is a lot of territory, a lot of land to cover.
Right.
And even though, you kind of explain like time is down, but that's probably because not a lot is being reported because of the immigration status of a lot of people in Southwest Detroit. So I just really urge you to take back to Chief Craig. Rashida might call you if we only get 1 more. I just think that, this is a very unique situation where the most southern part of the border is completely divided by freeways and industry and
Right, and you mentioned that during the ALLPAC meeting last week, so I'll definitely, DC Yost is actually the person that you talked to in regards to that. She's the point person on it, so to speak, so, but I'll convene with her and see what she says, and I'll definitely forward that information up. Any additional questions in regards to the NPO program?
Before I leave, I just want to make sure that you understand that this area has many different communities. It's not all English speaking, and that we do have one Spanish speaking officer. It might not be enough, but we also have a large Arabic community, and that is never taken into account when police officers serve captains or whatever it is in our assigned place.
Thank you very much. Any other questions in regards to the NPO program?